was a privilege and an experience I'll remember for a lifetime to compete on Top Chef Family Style with my mom. It was really a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Obviously meeting these celebrities, Meghan Trainor, Marcus Samuelsson, these people who I've watched on TV, heard their songs, and who I'm now cooking for. It was a really special experience and something I'll remember forever. I'm ranked number 2 on all of Magic Online right now, and I'm fighting for that number 1 slot. I'm going to try to qualify as the youngest player to ever qualify for the Magic Online's Champions Showcase. Both my Magic and my TikTok and Top Chef are all connected by, I think, first my desire to be the best at whatever I do. When I started to cook, I wanted to make the best donuts, the best biscuits, the best pizza. And in Magic, I wanted to play the best, I wanted to meet the best, I wanted to beat the best. And I think part of that is also the ability to share my passion with people. That's why I love doing TikTok so much. My name is Milan Bhayana. I live in Chevy Chase, Maryland. I'm a Top Chef and a professional Tour of Magic the Gathering competitor. I'm in 10th grade at Bethesda Chevy Chase High School. It all was pretty crazy. A few months back, me and my sister started off a TikTok together. Again, a happy accident. We randomly posted a video of me making a Thanksgiving meal and did really well on TikTok, and we started making weekly videos. And probably a few months along in the process, somebody messaged out and they said they were from Top Chef. And obviously I didn't believe them. Why would Top Chef be rambling and emailing a random kid out there? But it ended up actually being from Top Chef, and they said that they wanted us to apply for their show, which I did, and I ended up getting in, and they flew us out to Burbank, California. Filming took around 2 months. It was a long process. We were working basically every single day, but it was a lot of fun. My mom was my sous chef during the show. It was a really unique show format. All the kids would go there with an adult who was their sous chef. For me, it was my mom. For others, it was their sister, their uncle, their aunt, just general family members. And it put a really interesting spin on the classic dynamic because there was more than just kid versus kid going on there in the kitchen. Me and my mom tried to prepare a lot for Top Chef. We tried cooking together a lot in the kitchen, which weirdly enough isn't something we had done too often before. Most of the time when I cook, I really do it by myself. It takes many hours, kind of sitting there in silence. And my mom is a lot better at those quick meals that she makes for dinner every night. And so we never really had a chance to work together in the kitchen before Top Chef. And it proved to be a really interesting experience, and I think really brought me closer to my mom. One thing that was really brought home by the show is kind of the importance of family and how much closer I've grown to my family because of the show. First off, of course, with my sister, we did the TikTok together. All of the experiences that we did with the TikTok were shared. We run it together, and what it turned into was, again, another family experience, but this time with my mom, going all the way to LA to compete in this competition together as a family, which was also really tested our relationship and made it stronger. The first time I ever truly cooked was after watching this movie, 100-Foot Journey, which stars Helen Mirren. There was, in particular, this omelet that they made at the very end of the movie, which kind of represented a lot of growth or whatever in the movie. I don't particularly remember, I was 6. But I remember coming home and being like, I really want to make an omelet. I think that was the first dish I ever really cooked by myself, and I learned how to cook well. I think I've cooked fairly regularly since then. I normally get obsessed with 1 or 2 types of food that I really want to learn how to perfect, like omelets, biscuits, pizza, really all over the place. Recently it's been pasta for me, and it's been a lot of fun just trying to find the best possible recipes for each dish and work on making it better myself as well. My dishes normally take many days to make, and many times at the end we find ourselves with half the portions we thought we would have. I started making TikTok videos last Thanksgiving, actually, with my sister. It started all with this beef Wellington I wanted to make. I had never made anything really as fancy as a beef Wellington before, but it was Thanksgiving weekend, and what else is a perfect opportunity? You'll have enough people to eat it and enough time to make it. So I decided to make this giant beef Wellington. My sister posted it on her TikTok, and it immediately got 2 million views. It was a really crazy experience of just me randomly making a beef Wellington and it doing people responding to it. And that's where it all started. And since then, we've been trying to make a few videos every week. A lot of people have asked why I didn't bring my sister with me to Top Chef, as she would have been the logical choice, having been featured in many of my videos and doing the voiceovers for all of them. But the truth is, while my sister is brilliant in many other aspects, she cannot cook to save her life. I remember the only time we left her alone, she burnt the rice and somehow also burnt the rug with it. TikTok has been one of the craziest things because it has brought us Top Chef as well. It's also been a really wonderful thing to do with my sister, who is away at college. Normally isn't something you do with your sister who is living hundreds of miles away, but this has brought us together. It makes us talk more, and it helps us build a better relationship. My most popular dish is my green lasagna, which has over 10 million views at this point. Probably my favorite dish to make is pasta. I love pasta because there are a million different variations of pasta, a million different shapes. Tagliatelle, linguine, ravioli, fusilli, farfalle, as many pasta shapes as there are stars in the sky. And that's what makes pasta so great. However many times I make pasta, I'll always know that there's another pasta type I can learn how to make and another taste to experience. I never had used TikTok before last Thanksgiving, but now that I'm doing it, I find myself really enjoying the whole process, the process of putting this content out on the internet and sharing it with all these people across the globe and seeing their responses and reactions to it. I think that the short form of content is really engaging. People nowadays have a lot less attention spans than they used to, and personally, I know I don't like to sit and watch hour-long videos. I like my content easy and digestible, and that's what makes TikTok so great. It's easy to watch, it's quick, and it really challenges the creator as well to boil down what can be a 12 or 13 hour cooking project into 30 seconds on TikTok. Magic's a little bit, it's a passion of mine, but it's not a passion that's shared by most kids. It's mainly a game that people 20 to 30 years old play competitively. So when I qualified for the Pro Tour when I was 13, I was one of the youngest players to ever do so. Before COVID, I traveled to some really exotic and cool locations all across the world. I went to Barcelona, Copenhagen, all to compete in tournaments. And it's sad that I'm unable to do that right now, but I am looking forward to the future when those tournaments will open back up and I'll be back traveling across the world. I traveled to Barcelona almost 2 years ago at this point to compete in the professional tour of Magic the Gathering as one of the youngest players to ever do so, and it was a really special experience being there, and I can't wait to go back. A lot of tournaments in person have been canceled due to the COVID back, but I've been competing a lot online instead, where I've actually found a lot of success. I'm ranked number 2 on all of Magic Online right now, and I'm fighting for that number 1 slot. Right now I'm competing to secure a leaderboard slot, and I'm going to try to qualify as the youngest player to ever qualify for the Magic Online's Champions Showcase, which is the biggest event you can qualify for on all of Magic Online. Very big deal in the world of Magic. I started playing Magic actually a little after I started cooking. I remember it was at a summer camp. All the kids there during lunch were playing this strange game. I had no idea what any of the cards did, but I asked my mom the next day to go pick up some cards from the store, and from then on I was pretty much hooked. Magic is a card game, which in a way is a cross between chess and poker. There's a lot of strategy in it, but there's also a decent amount of luck. So it's a really interesting game to play, and it's a hard game to play perfectly. I love to play Magic because of how difficult it is, but also how fun and rewarding it can be when you win. Both my magic and my TikTok and Top Chef are all connected by, I think, first my like desire to be the best at whatever I do. When I started to cook, I wanted to make the best donuts, the best biscuits, the best pizza. And in magic, I wanted to play the best, I wanted to meet the best, I wanted to beat the best. And I think part of that is also like the ability to share my passion with people. That's why I love doing TikTok so much. I love showing the things that I love to do to people. I love teaching people how to play magic. And that's something that I find really rewarding for me. When I do have free time outside of magic and cooking, I like to do Taekwondo. I have a black belt in Taekwondo. I like to play tennis. And obviously, I love to hang out with my friends. I think for me, the silver lining of my whole COVID year has been the fact that as everything moved online, everything has become so much more convenient. There's no driving anywhere. There's just sitting in my room, working on my things, and it's really given me a lot of time that I didn't have before. And it's gonna be interesting to see what happens as school reopens and activities reopen, to see if I can continue juggling so many things, but I feel confident.